Well, hello America. Welcome back to my channel, Maya's Politics and Survival Guide. Well, I'm pooped. I've been out gardening today. It's been a long, hot, dreary day. Lots of rain, lots of stormy weather all night last night, and it just broke. I go out there, the humidity is high. Not enjoying it. So I came in. I'm not drinking coffee today. I am literally drinking sugar-free zero cherry cola. So I'm trying it out. I like it. It is kind of refreshing, but that's what I'm drinking today. I'm not really a soda drinker, but there's something about this flavor. This soda, it doesn't taste like syrup like other sodas do. So I'm kind of happy with this one for now. But anyway, I want to talk to the American people. And I know everybody think everything is doom and gloom all the time. And that's how it feels in today's society. Every day you wake up, it's another bill, it's another expense, you're losing your money, everything. And you're running out of credit card credit because you've already used the maximum allowance on your credit cards, and now you're paying interest and everything. It's just crazy what's happening in the world. Food prices going up. I just recently heard that beef is even going to go up even higher. Milk, they're talking about going up in the grocery stores as high as $8 to $10, dependent on the region of the states that you live in. They're even talking about other things that will be going high. The one thing I do know is that some people we know back in Washington State, not Washington, D.C., but state, on the West Coast has reported that their gas is almost $10 now. And that's just absurd. They said if you're using the what do they call it? Diesel fuel. If you're using diesel fuel, it's up as high as $12 a gallon for diesel. That's a big red flag in America, because what's happening now there is slowly moving across the country to the rest of us. You do know that all these truckers that deliver our food products, our clothing products, our merchandise from places like Amazon and eBay, all these things are going to go up in price to cover the cost of diesel fuel. Just another way to extract money out of your pockets. So today what I'm going to do is discuss with you again about how you need to create a family army when it comes to buying a house. Don't go out there and try to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm sorry, my throat's really rough today. I have throat issues due to my burns on my neck that are really, really bad. But one of the things I want you to know is that trying to keep up with the Joneses means that you deplete your assets, your financial assets. I don't care what other people have. I care what's most important to myself and my husband. And he's a pain in the rear from time to time to deal with. But the thing is, I think I'm a pain in the rear to him as well. Especially when I tell him, no, you can't get that. We don't need it. And he thinks we do. But the thing is, the family army is the family coming together once again. And they all work together. Each family member that has a job, they all pitch in financially to buy an acre or 2 acres or 3 acres of land. And in some areas, you want to make sure it's going to be under $3,000 an acre. land that you can grow on, land where you're going to get rain. Once you're able to accumulate the funds to buy some acreage, you're landowners. Now, when I say don't try to keep up with the Joneses, because I don't care what people think about me, my house. I don't. I think I have a beautiful house. I really do. But the thing is, I see other houses down the ways from where I live, and they have nicer homes than ours. But the thing is, I'm happy and content with what I got, because I know what they're doing, and I also know through the grapevine they're struggling too to keep it. I don't want the struggles. My husband paid cash for my house. He bought me a house, and I gave him my fixer-upper home that I had fixed up. Everything is accessible for me in this home. The cabinets are lower level, and I have a garage, a carport. I have room. I have a basement that we're fixing up little by little. But I have room and space to do things. And right now, everything is a mess in my house because I'm reorganizing things and moving things around. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't care what other people think. I'm doing outdoor gardening. I'm redoing my front lawn, the gardens area. I'm planting more perennials. And I know now, when you plant a perennial, and that's what I always tell everybody to buy, perennials. You plant them and regrow them. Annuals, they're pretty. But with the cost of flowers today, buy seed packets. Don't buy somebody's plants that they've already grown. You're not going to get the full enjoyment of it. You're only going to get a few weeks, maybe a month or so out of it. And then they're gone. So $26 for a plant that will be gone in about 6 weeks to 2 months. You just threw away your money. Don't. Buy perennials. Check your zone area, what plants can grow there. Where I live, we get cold weather. So I have to make sure I plant the right things. Now, one thing I will tell you is that if you're able to bring your family members together financially and buy 1 to 3 acres of land, you're a landowner. All of you are. And then you start saving your money and you start shopping around and you buy yourself a double wide trailer with 4 to 5 bedrooms. Now, I'm going to say it's going to cost a little bit of money just to get yourself situated to where you're going to actually have plumbing put in, your utilities, your electricity and stuff. But I'll tell you, you can get around some things. You can buy EcoFlow solar generators and a few solar panels to generate energy for your home. That's another investment one should do, is to invest in EcoFlow solar generators. I have multiple, and I have other generators, electric ones, solar generators, I mean. And you can literally connect solar panels on top of a mobile home, on the side of a mobile home, put them in your yard, and you can connect it to your power source to your mobile home. Or if you were to go out and buy yourself a double or large size, really large size storage shed that you see on farmlands, You have to put the work and effort into it, but you can get them at good prices too. But you'll have to buy insulation, drywall, and stuff like that and start creating rooms inside them. You want to make sure it's off the ground so that if your area gets a lot of water or rain, you don't want your house to sit down in the mud or sink down in it. There are so many ways of doing it. A niece of mine, she just recently bought a trailer home and she had a big concrete slab poured. And she put a double wide trailer home on it. And she got a good price for it. She didn't buy new, she bought used. And she had everything set up. And she decided to go solar as well. So all these things you can do to save money. Now, if you're a renter, you are literally buying your landlord their property for them. You're paying for the maintenance of your landlord's property. You are literally paying the bills for your landlord. Wouldn't it be nice if you could take that money that you're making and keep it in your pocket by buying some acreage and buying a used trailer home or a giant storage shed that will be built and delivered to your property? And you turn it into a home. You can put shrubs all the way around it. There are so many things you can do, especially out in the country. You know, rules are more lax in the country life instead of city life. You're not going to be able to put a shed or a trailer home in the city because they have ordinances and rules and regulations. And if you're lucky to find some acreage in the city that will allow you to put a trailer home on it, well, they're going to throw some more rules and they're going to charge you a lot in taxes. I prefer country living, where you can grow whatever the hell you want to grow on your land, such as the Georgia peach trees that I have. I actually have 4 of them. 2 at our main house and 2 at the house that used to be our tattoo and piercing shop. And we no longer have use for that house. We're going to let it go. And we're going to sell it at a reasonable price. And whomever moves in, they can strip it down, redo it, however they like. I got it as a fixer-upper home. And it still needs a little fixing up here and there and some, tidy work done to make it yours if you're interested. So, but I just think it's important that people understand that as long as you remain a renter, you're paying somebody else's mortgage. You're paying their repair costs. You're paying the taxes on the property that belongs to someone else. Why would you do that, America? Get yourself some acreage and pay low taxes and build your home. It's not that hard to do. I did it. I bought a fixer-upper home and I struggled for a few years, but by golly, I did it. I did it. I found handymen. I had yard sales. I sold jewelry. I sold clothes. I sold my album collection to pay the bills to fix my home up to make it livable. I did not rush out and go into debt trying to get everything done at once. I needed new windows. I couldn't afford them. So what I did the next best thing. I got the plastic wrapping that you put outside on the window, and you take a hair dryer and you blow it, and it just shrink wraps the window so cold air does not come through. That's how you do it, America. Now that we have new windows in it, triple pane windows that are energy efficient, I don't have to worry about that any longer. So, in this day and age, it's imperative that you start thinking and reassessing how you spend your finances. Now, I am no financial specialist here. I'm not going to pretend to be one. I just know what I had to do. I broke down everything there was to figure out how I can make my money stretch the farthest. And I did. And I accomplished it. And I was very, very happy with it. And I'll tell you, the one thing I enjoyed about my house as I was fixing it up was putting a lot of flowers and plants around. And people were just impressed with the quality of the flowers. And they come back every year. Oh, I love my purple irises, purple and white irises. Oh, they are gorgeous flowers. You plant them once and they come back. And they actually grow more and more. And then I take those out of the ground and I plant them somewhere else so that they can beautify another area of the yard. I put planters around the shed in the back of the shop that we had, the tattoo and piercing shop. And I have irises and other plants growing back there around the shed. Oh, it's beautiful to look at it. And I don't have to keep going out and buying more flowers because I can literally take some of the seeds and I can regrow them. And that's what I do with a lot of my flowers, and I'm doing it with roses this year. I will take the buds of the roses and I will actually propagate and I will grow them. And I will spread them throughout my garden. That's how easy it is to do. A lot of people want convenience, just go out and buy another plant. Well, if it's an annual, you're throwing your money away. An annual plant just grows during part of the year, and that's it. It's done. Perennials, you plant them. They come back the following year, and the year after that. I have some perennials in my yard that I have been growing for, I say, about almost 20 years. And they still come back. Before cold weather comes in, I cut them down to the ground. I throw some good nutrient soil over the top of them. And they come back. I've never had any issues. So there are ways to save money, and there's ways that you can become a homeowner. And I think it's time to bring back the family unit. When I was a kid and we grew up on a farm, we all had to share. We all sat at the table at the same time to eat. If you showed up late, well, tough. Once the dishes were done, if you made a plate of food, you cleaned the dishes. But the thing is, it's really nice if you have a family that you can sit at the table and just talk with one another about some good things in your life instead of dwelling on the negativity in our country right now with all the politics and everything that's going on here in the US of A and globally. So I wish everyone the best. Okay. And you all have a happy Sunday. God bless you all. Bye-bye.